Dividends can be one of the best passive incomes, but how do you choose the right dividend stocks for the long term? Hi, my name is Abby. I'm an investment banker with over 10 years of experience, and I've worked with some of the largest investment banks in the world, namely BNP Paribas and State Street. And on this channel, I help people walk 1 mile closer to their financial independence and success, especially those with low incomes and anyone looking for quality content in financial education. So today we'll be talking about the best high dividend stocks that can help you earn significant passive incomes over the long term. And I'll share with you a very simple professional process to pick these stocks, and I'll also give you 3 great dividend stocks that no one actually gives for free. But my mission when I started this channel was to truly help people, offering my experience and knowledge, especially to those who cannot afford to pay a professional to help them grow their money. In return, I'd really appreciate it if you can hit the like button because it helps my channel, and of course, you're very welcome to subscribe. Before digging into all that, let's explore what's a dividend and how it works for the most beginners among you. When you buy a company's share, you become a shareholder and you then own a fraction of the company relative to the amount of shares that you have. One of the rights that you can have as a shareholder is the right to earnings distribution if the company makes the decision to pay investors a portion of the company's profits. Dividends are often distributed quarterly and may be paid out in cash or in the form of reinvestment. As a shareholder, you're certainly looking for high dividend-paying stocks, and investors look at a specific ratio called the dividend yield. The dividend yield is a ratio expressed as the dividend per share divided by the company's share price. For example, Apple's dividend yield is currently 0.5%, and the dividend yield will vary depending on these 2 factors, the share price and the dividend to be paid out to investors. Now that you understand what's a dividend and how it works, the obvious question is how to pick the right dividend stocks. And the major mistake that I see most people do is that they only look at the dividend yield, and honestly it drives me crazy to see these fake finance experts in articles recommending some stocks claiming that they are the best high dividend paying stocks. Of course, there is a bunch of stocks with extremely high dividend yields out there, but trust me, you may be losing money on the long run. Let's take one quick example to explain this one. So imagine that you've read this article and then decided to invest in this blue rich bank shares because it looks to be paying more than 16% of their profits as dividends to investors, which is really high. However, you would have lost literally 75% of your capital over 5 years. And trust me, you won't find another article telling you how to make a U-turn and get your money back. So you do the math. Is the high dividend you'd be paid really worth the loss of your capital? Now, the purpose of this video is to teach you how to simply pick the best high dividend paying stocks, and I'll be sharing 3 dividend stocks based on my own research. The first thing is that you need to research the company before. Ask yourself, do you know the company? Have you ever heard of it? Maybe you're using one of its products. You don't need to be an expert and spend weeks on fundamental analysis. Just have a look at the big picture figures. How did it perform over the last 5, 10, 20 years? And you want to look at stocks that have been consistently performing well because it gives you an indicator on the interest in value that other investors, especially institutional investors like BlackRock, are given to the company. Second, you need to be considering companies that have been consistently paying a dividend in the past and increase their payouts over time. So you want to have a look at their dividend history and maybe look if they had a stock split in the past that would explain variation in the amount paid, just to have a precise idea. And don't worry, I'll explain stock splits in another video. So once these 2 steps are complete, you may add the stock to your watch list. Now, there are 3 dividend stocks that have been paying out increasing dividends in the past and which have performed pretty well over the past years. Please note that this is my own opinion, this is based on my own research, this is not financial advice, and as always, do your own research before making any investment. It's true that I would have charged a lot to a client to share these names, but I'm sharing my research for free. I just appreciate it if you can please subscribe and show some love and hit the like button because it helps my channel a lot. The first stock that I like is Mercedes. So Mercedes is a German car brand, extremely famous in Europe. It has a dividend yield of 9%. It has an increase in dividend payout over the last 10 years, and the stock has performed pretty well since it was listed. It's made more than 50%. So you'd have a capital increase and the regular payment of dividends, which is awesome. The second one is ExxonMobil. So XOM is one of the largest oil and gas companies in the world, and the stock has performed extremely well since it was listed, increasing more than 2,000%, and it paid consistent dividends for the last 20 years, and the current yield is 3.6%. And the third one on my list is iShares Select Dividend ETF. So this is an exchange-traded fund that's seeking to track the investment results of an index made of relatively high dividend stocks. The ticker name is DYOR. It has a dividend yield of 5.3%, and it paid consistent increase in dividend over the last 10 years, and it also performed well, more than 100% since it was listed. So now you have these three stocks that you can start with, and I also gave you the very simple, effective process to pick other stocks and add them to your dividend portfolio. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it brings you a lot of value. Please join me and subscribe to my channel to keep receiving quality professional content on personal finance. Take care of yourselves, and I guess I see you in the next video.